you're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Health Benefits of Fasting webinar tonight. I'm very happy to have you here joining us. And I just want to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Ann, owner of BioTransform, where I empower motivated adults with scientific information and supportive tools to feel energetic and balanced in body, mind, and soul. Thank you for joining in person today. And for those of you watching the recording, thank you as well. I'm excited about this topic of fasting and particularly excited to bring into our business, BioTransform, the Prolon products, which the Prolon 5-day, specifically the 5-day fasting mimicking diet, which was created and I'm going to tell you all about it tonight. It is an amazing program that helps you to get into that fasted state for an elongated period of time without your body actually realizing that you are eating a little nutrition. It comes in the 5-day kit, and we're going to talk all about the science behind that tonight. But before I get started with the actual meat and potatoes of the information, just a little disclaimer that this webinar is operated by BioTransform and our content is intended for informational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. We strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy or completeness. And so it's just a little disclaimer here. This is more of an informational, and if you have any particulars in terms of your questions that are specifically for you, it is best suited that you reach out to your healthcare provider to get those professional questions answered for your particular system. And with that ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me share my screen here. We've got a little presentation for you today. So Prolon and everything you need to know, we're going to go over today. It's the kit that we're going to use for our fasting program. The BioTransform fasting program is going to be a 7-day long program, and Prolon is 5 of those days using the kit to get the nutrition you need to support you in your fast. And I did a little bit introduce my business, BioTransform, when we first started, but let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Ann, and how I got into the functional medicine and breathwork space. We will be getting some breathwork in our 7-day program as well to help inspire us and motivate us to keep focused on our fast. But the reason I got into functional medicine and breathwork was from my own health struggles that I really did not. I got support in terms of being able to manage my symptoms through conventional medicine, but I did not get the answers I was seeking, nor did I get a rebalancing of my system to be able to function without the medication that they were giving me to cover up my symptoms. I wasn't able to access that till I reached a point where I had nowhere else to turn. And it kind of pushed me into functional medicine space, of which, in fact, I did receive the answers that I was looking for, and utilized that along with breath work to be able to get myself out of this horrible health scenario that was just um, not being controlled currently in our current conventional healthcare system. And so it was such a profound shift in my system, and I was so moved by the changes that I had experienced that I ended up taking studying at the Institute of Functional Medicine myself, and taking up learning how to be a breathwork guide as well. I now also am a sound bath certified too, and I do live pop-up sessions with breath and sound. I do breath work monthly. Every month we do some breath work virtually in the comfort of your home. So you can always join us for that. And we are going to include breath work in our 7-day fasting program because it's so important that we not only focus on our physical bodies, but also our social and spiritual bodies, our energetic bodies, and our mental bodies. All of that goes hand in hand together to make us who we are as a whole. And we are approaching our system in a holistic view here at BioTransform. So I'm happy to have you guys here today. Thank you for joining us. What is Prolon? Prolon is a 5-day program that essentially tricks your body into thinking you're fasting. This gives you the benefit of the 5-day water fast, but it still lets you eat food and provides your body with the nutrients. That's why they call it the fasting mimicking diet, because you are mimicking a fast, but you're actually eating what and drinking while you're going through the program. And so the history of Prolon, it was designed by Dr. Walter Longo. And there are 30 plus years of research and development into this kit that's we're going to use. And $48 million in research grants, 36 million from NIH and the EU government for funding, 100 plus international patents, and 32 plus clinical trials. So there's a lot of information and a lot of studies around this. But let's talk about the water fast. I mentioned it earlier, and we wanted to touch on that. Why do people do the water fast in the first place? Fasting has been part of our evolutionary history. We evolved to thrive and survive during periods of fasting. So we were not meant to be eating all the time. We were meant to eat, and then our systems are also meant to support us through periods where we don't have nourishment. So fasting is a part of traditions across cultures and time. Fasting is or was practiced by 5 major religions. Prolonged fasting has been associated with repair and rejuvenation. So today, because we access the food 24/7, like I mentioned, we don't have the opportunity to take advantage of this adaptation. So why fasting mimicking compared to water fasting? It is safer because the water fasting needs to be done under specific supervision, and that's why they had created special retreats that you would go to that would be sometimes medically supervised because they can have some dangerous side effects. So it's definitely safer to do the fasting mimicking diet. It's also easier because you're able to feel like you're eating something throughout and having meals when in reality, it's the food from the kit. And it provides more nourishment and it protects your muscles. Because if you don't have anything coming in, then your body is going to start breaking down your muscle for the nourishment it needs in terms of energy. So, how does it work? Prolon provides specific nutrients in specific amounts to live below your nutrient sensing pathways, which are the radars in your body that signal that food is present. So it'll just be right below that, which is why it's really important that we stick to the 5-day fast with the fasting mimicking kit and we don't alter it in any way, because if you go up above, you're going to get into a state in which your body recognize that you're eating, and it'll kick you out of your fast, and you won't get the benefits that you would get if you were to stay under that nutrient sensing pathway level. Not all fasting is the same. So there are many benefits that are unique to prolonged fasting, which means more than 2 days. So you've got 2 different categories here of fasting. There's intermittent fasting, which is less than 2 days, and the prolonged or periodic fasting, which is more than 2 days. So when you have intermittent fasting, you do have some benefits from that. It just doesn't get into the cellular rejuvenation and repair that happens with prolonged. But there's certain kinds, there's time restricted eating where you do a 16 of hours of no eating, 8 hours with food, or circadian, which is 12 and 12, which I highly recommend to do, with the sun rising, sun setting type of deal, 12 hours no food, 12 hours with food after the fast. and so because these intermittent fastings definitely do have benefits for your system. There's a 5-2, which is 2 days of fasting with the 5 days of not fasting. And there's an alternate day where you can do every other day of fasting, and every other day with food. So these are the intermittent ones, which have some benefits. But when you get into the prolonged fasting, you're going to get into a lot of deeper benefits in terms of cellular repair um, and cleaning up of your system. So you have a water fast, which is fasting with water, and then you have the fasting mimicking diet, which actually has food. So you have a safer option here with the prolonged, where you're going to get the benefits that you wouldn't get with intermittent fasting. So what are those extended benefits that you get with the longer fast? Something called autophagy. Autophagy means self-eating. It's your body's way of cleaning house. Think of it as your internal doctor. So you have poorly functioning cell components that are targeted for destruction. And it's important in inflammation, immune function, and cellular rejuvenation. So basically, there was, you see right here, Yoshinori Oshima, discovery of mechanisms for autophagy. He was a Nobel Prize winner for having figured this out, that these poorly functioning cell components are being targeted for destruction when you get into that extended fast. So your system is basically able to clean up all of that junk that is really just not necessary in your cells, because it has the time and it's focused on that repair function, and it helps you decrease inflammation, improves your immune system, and rejuvenates your cells. So there's a lot of research behind Prolon, and what they've shown is that it reverses the biological age. So it gives you 2.5 years biological age score reversal with 3 consecutive cycles. So, and 11 years biological age score reversal with 3 cycles per year for 20 years. So it really does benefit your system to have this prolonged fast, minimum 3 times a year. That's what they've studied. And so we'll talk more details about that. But the 3 cycles are 3 monthly cycles of prolonged to support weight loss as well, with muscle maintenance. So you've got body weight improvement, you've got BMI improvement, which is body mass index, trunk fat, which is actually where you have all the visceral fat that surrounds your organs in your belly area, and that fat is very, very dangerous, and is an indication that you're not metabolically, you're at risk. So the trunk fat actually is where you see a huge improvement. And lean body mass, you actually see the control versus the FMD, which is the fasting mimicking diet. Your lean body mass is actually saved, which means your muscle mass is saved while you're decreasing your trunk fat and improving your BMI, and your body weight in pounds is going down. So a lot of benefits here. They say 20 days of Prolon is equivalent to 120 days of Mediterranean diet for heart health. Now, we are going to touch upon the Mediterranean diet as well within our fast, towards the end of our fast, because the Mediterranean diet has a wonderful amount of health benefits for heart health, and is recommended as one of the types of diets to continue on in between your prolonged fast as your baseline healthy diet. And so we will touch upon that in our 7-day program. We're going to have a guest speaker come for a little bit and share about the Mediterranean diet and its benefits, and support in terms of how to incorporate the Mediterranean diet into your life after you finish the Prolon fast, to keep that health and wellness going throughout your goals, in health goals. And so, yeah, within 3 monthly cycles of Prolon, you have improved skin hydration as well as texture and fine lines. So as you can see, we have an improvement here and here. So you could see there's been a big improvement from there to there. And so they did this using specific imaging and skin analysis, and they noticed there was improvement. Also, Prolon impacts behavioral and emotional well-being. So as you can see right here, we have what happens is you change your relationship with food. And I've done the Prolon fast many times, and every single time I notice that I have a different relationship with food by the end of my fast. I notice that I have less food cravings. I notice that I have a better relationship with my food in terms of when I want to eat. I'm more mindful of what I'm eating after the fast, and I'm establishing healthier eating habits, which is a great way to get into like a 12-12 circadian rhythm, intermittent fasting, and also incorporate Mediterranean diet, less food cravings, and I'm more motivated to adopt a healthier lifestyle. Not to mention the fact that once you get over the hump of the FMD, you have increased mental clarity and focus with greater energy. And you don't eat so much. You just don't eat as much after the fast, and you have less cravings. So overall, I've done it myself, and this has been studied and shown that all these benefits are there with when you do a prolonged fast. But I'm also saying that I've done it many times and I've felt it myself, and it is a big change from when you start the fast to when you finish the fast of how you feel. So what to expect? The Prolon is a 5-day journey. You're going to get into the fasted state first. And so on the first day, your body's going to transition into that fasted state, and it's going to begin to prepare for fat burning mode so it can begin cellular cleanup. And in day 2, that's when the fat burning is going to happen. Once you've used up all the glucose, excess glucose in your system, your fat burning is going to ramp up and contribute to initiation of ketogenesis, so ketone production, and or ketosis. So by the end of this day, so 48 hours, a couple days in, you're going to have hopefully ketosis happen, and it's going to be different for everyone. Some people have more stores of glucose they have to work through, and some people have less. And so, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen in your system, and all you have to do is follow the kit and stay in support with us. We're going to have a private group support chat. So you could chat there. We're going to talk every day. We're going to have coaching every day, and we'll go through how you feel, because you will have systemic effects through this process. But the goal is to get to the end, and you'll start to feel the changes as you go through day by day. So, and then day 3 is when you're going to have cellular cleanup called autophagy. That's where it begins. And you're going to have fat burning continue and ketone production continue and increase. And then on day 4, you're going to have cellular cleaning with rejuvenation that'll continue along with the fat burning and ketosis. And day 5, you're going to have a sustained cellular recycling, rejuvenation, and renewal with sustained ketosis on day 5. And day 6 and beyond, we're going to nourish the body by breaking the fast. And so it's a 5-day program with the Prolong kit, and we're going to make it 7 days and add a day before and a day after. We're going to include breath work, and we're going to talk about the next steps in terms of the diets that you can continue on with. So let's talk about some common pre-fast questions. How to eat on prep day, which is like the day before your fast. You definitely want to try to avoid sugar, refined carbohydrates, and alcohol. You want to reduce your portions and avoid animal-based proteins and foods high in saturated fat, and discontinue eating late into the night, which really, if you're following the 12 hours circadian rhythm intermittent fasting, you really shouldn't be eating when the sun goes down, and you should stay with the circadian rhythm of the sun. And so eating late to the night in general is going to promote unhealthy weight, and is going to give you energy in a time of night when you're supposed to be working on cleaning up your system, rather than working to break down food for energy when you're sleeping. So that's discontinuing eating late into the night. I would recommend for everybody to just not do anymore, no matter what, because you want your body to go into that fasted state and do the cleanup while you're sleeping, rather than breaking down food for energy, which you're not really going to need. So it'll just store it. And so caffeine, day before, avoid caffeine if you can. It can interact with your food sensing pathways. If necessary, up to 1 8-ounce cup of coffee or caffeinated tea that's plain is okay, but nothing more than that. No, but don't add cream, sweeteners, or flavorings, and keep it under 140 milligrams of caffeine daily. And this is going to actually apply for during our fast as well. You are allowed to have 1 cup of coffee as long as the caffeine is 100 less than 140 milligrams of caffeine daily. So I'd say a light cup of coffee, one of them, if you really need. But if you can avoid it, best to avoid it and just stick with the kit. Exercise. During the fast, you're going to avoid all strenuous exercise and workouts. Include light exercise, yes, walking, maybe a light yoga or stretching, wonderful. But anything more than that, we will avoid during this period of time, because we will be ingesting very low calories, and your body will be going through a lot of changes. So we do not want to stress it any further, and we don't want it to use up more calories than it needs to during that time, so it can focus on the cleanup processes and all the other metabolic changes that are happening in your system. Medications and supplements. You're going to pause all non-prescription supplements, like, extra stuff that your doctor hasn't told you need, like CBD, adaptogens, pre-probiotics. You should continue with any prescription medications, or any medications, even if they're non-prescription, that your doctor said you must take. And I do recommend that if you feel you need to consult with your physician if you have any underlying health conditions or any questions about your personal system in terms of embarking on your fast. As in this program specifically, I am functioning as a coach, a health coach for you, and am unable to answer any particular individual questions that you might have about your own personal system. And so I recommend that you talk with your personal physician about any individual questions. There is something called an L drink that comes with your kit, and it's actually glycerol. So it provides a source of limited glucose when you're fasting. The goal of the L drink is to protect your muscle and also to keep you very hydrated. So we're going to talk about how to measure it when we're in the coaching. So don't worry so much about the details on that, but you need to know your weight so that you could figure out how much from that bottle that you have in your kit that you can empty into your water bottle and dilute with water. And so basically you just need to know what your actual weight is when you do that. So make sure that you have a scale or you're aware of your weight when you start your fast. You will need to know that information. Also, they have like tea inside the kit, and they have hibiscus tea, lemon spearmint tea, and that you can consume throughout the day. And so I like to personally add the hibiscus tea bag into my water bottle for that L drink when the days for the L drink happen, because it just makes it such a nice, refreshing drink to have throughout the day. And you want to consume that throughout the day and not just like all at one spurt. General recommendations: consume everything in the box each day. So in the box, you have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. You have 5 different boxes, mini boxes. And you want to keep day 1, all that food, you want to eat it on day 1. It doesn't matter when you eat it. It doesn't matter which meals you eat it, when you choose to eat any of that box on day 1. But you cannot switch day 1 stuff into day 2. You have to eat day 1 on day 1, day 2 on day 2, in any order that you like. I personally think it's best to space out the food throughout the day, but no switching items between the days. And there is no specific eating window, but evenly splitting it throughout the day is helpful just to make you feel like you're having your meals throughout the day. Um, I like to use an immersion blender for the soups, but I suppose you could also use a blender bottle. These are optional. It just helps to blend the soup a little bit better and give you a nice creamy broth. So, tips for an easier fasting: drinking plenty of water, drinking like a liter of water in addition to the L drink on the L drink days, and also other fluids within the program. You can drink sparkling water. You can drink herbal teas as long as there's no sugar and it's just herbal tea. No sugars, no added ingredients. I find that if you're getting a herbal tea, I mean, we're talking about like literally putting a dried flower inside water. You don't want to have combo teas where there's so many ingredients and you don't know what's in there, because if you have anything, if you ingest anything that'll put you above that level, you're going to get out of the fasting state. So they give you herbal teas inside your box. I would just stick with that. And if you're aware of some other herbal teas that are strictly herbal teas and nothing else in it, then you can probably use those as well. I find that the teas that they give me is enough for the day. So I like to stick within the box. Light exercise, again, that's fine. Very, very light. Yoga, stretching, a walk, and that's about it. Stay busy. The busier you are, the quicker the time is going to go by. Also, make sure you get plenty of sleep and rest. Your body's going to need it and you're going to need it. So sleep early. You can certainly work through this. You've got the food there ready for you. You can just throw your soup in a thermos for the afternoon meal, and your other stuff can be thrown in. You can bring your water bottles with you, so you can work through this. But just make sure you get plenty of sleep throughout the night. Over the count, and if you choose not to work through it, that I choose to take the week off and do it at home, but it is totally up to you. um, Over the counter medications can be used as a last resort for any kind of muscle pains. Advil, Tylenol are fine to use, but you should save them unless you really, really need them. Optional additions. So, in cases where you simply cannot continue with your Prolon, because there are certain days that are more challenging than others and also less calorie dense than others. The following items may be added or substituted with the caveat that clinical studies were not conducted with these alternatives. So they say you can do up to 1 teaspoon of dried herbs or spices, but it has to be a single ingredient only. It's kind of like the tea. You don't want to have a bunch of stuff in there and then you find out that the tea had something in it that it kicked you out of the fast. So very simple single ingredient only type of scenario with this dried herbs and spices. I personally like to put a little cayenne pepper in my soup, and I just stick to cayenne pepper and a little like a pinch of sea salt. But they say here you can do pepper, cayenne pepper, cumin, red pepper flakes, chili powder, oregano, basil, thyme, rosemary, and cinnamon. So you've got that little leeway right there to just give a kick to your soup if you'd like. Also, 1 teaspoon of sea salt per day. Provided that there's no health contraindications, like you're, unable to use the salt for blood pressure reasons or something like that, or other reasons. So, optional additional add-ons: microwave the L bar for a few seconds. The L bar is what we have usually in the morning for breakfast, but no more than 20 seconds. And you can sprinkle it with cinnamon, which I actually haven't tried yet. So I'm going to give that a try in mid-March when I do the fast with you, because I will be doing the fast as well as coaching you guys through the whole experience. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And keep in mind that we're going to do this every 3 months through BioTransform. So it's going to be one of those things that's going to become a regular. Microwave you get a Cocoa Crisp bar. It's delicious and it's crispy and chocolatey and it's great. I like to save that for like my dessert. It would make it feel like dessert. And so you can microwave that for a few seconds and sprinkle it with sea salt to give it a little oomph. Yeah. I haven't tried that either, but I'm going to give that a go this time around. If you cannot tolerate olives, because you do get olives in some of the kits, you can blend it or finely chop it into the soup, which is good because it'll give it a little bit of like the saltiness. Um, or you can replace it with 1 teaspoonful extra virgin olive oil. There are 3 different types of kits that you can choose from. The expanded variety has that olive oil option in it. Um, but you can do this on your own as well with any of the packs. I personally like olives, so I eat my olives and I enjoy them very much. But if you're not into olives, there is an alternative. You can omit items from the box, but you are going to get less nutrient support and you are probably going to get more hungry. So keep that in mind as well. So if you're having excessive hunger throughout your fast, as a very last resort, if you feel that you are not able to complete the fast due to hunger, you may have only one of the following per day. 1 to 2 very thin slices of apple, small apple. So they should be no more than 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. 1 single stalk of celery, 7 to 8 inches in length. 1 small Persian baby cucumber that's 5 to 6 inches in length. Having more than one of these will most likely break your fast. So this will be on like you really can't take it anymore type of deal. Then you would be able to incorporate one of these only, and that's per day. So I, again, personally stick with the kit. I find that I don't have to worry about any of thinking about any of that otherwise. But on day 3, though, there are some days like day 3, for example, which you get very minimal support in terms of nutrition. Would be a great day to add a single stalk of celery or the baby cucumber or the apple in that size. Like I said, when in doubt, live in the box. Do not include anything, do not add anything except water. That includes Prolon makes other products like fasting bar, fasting shakes, L spread, which by the way is delicious. I love it. It's a coconut almond spread. I mean, sorry, chocolate almond spread. So good. But yeah, there's also don't add things like bone broth or apple cider vinegar. Just basically don't add anything at all to stay within the box, unless of those 3 options I just gave. What about after your fast? So results are sustained after 3 cycles, regardless of the diet in between rounds. So we are going to talk about diets afterwards, but the results are sustained. What results did they study? They studied waist circumference. They studied systolic blood pressure. They studied body weight and BMI. And here are the results, the percent of results sustained after 3 months. And that's 3 cycles, which is why we're going to continuously do this as a regular within BioTransform, because the studies have shown such positive benefits to doing it every 3, in 3 cycles, and also doing it for a long period of time. It's 20 years, like we were talking about earlier today in the webinar. So 60%, 55%, 64, 71%, the BMI results were sustained. So there is a transition day guide here. Feel free to, open that up with your photos and take a look at it. And it's very helpful for helping you to move past the fast. And again, we'll talk about all that when we're during the fast program itself. What to avoid when you transition, basically a temptation to avoid overeating, alcohol, simple sugars, keep the sugar levels down, excess saturated fats, and limit animal protein. And that's like literally as you transition out of the fast. You don't want to shock your system by doing too much too fast in terms of that stuff, because your body is not equipped to handle the huge processing requirements that would happen if you were to add all this stuff on. Also with the alcohol, that's also something that's hard on your system to process out, and the sugars. And so, yeah, you just want to be as clean as possible. Listen to your body, of course. Add small amounts of fruits and vegetables, but keep it like low sugar with berries, apples, or grapefruit type of fruits and vegetables, and light proteins. Maybe keep it plant-based. It's just for a sake of simple processing from your system. Or if you're going to go with animal, maybe baked fish or skinless chicken, if you're going to go with animal protein. Whole grains, adding half liquids while reintroducing solids can help. So like maybe making a soup, something that you can process more easily, is helpful. Prolon protocol. So reaching a goal, you want to do 1 times per month, approximately 25 days in between, no more than 1 time a month. So typically you do 3 to 4 cycles in a row, and you'll have weight loss and longevity, metabolic health and longevity. If you do 4 times in a row, if you do 3 times in a row, you'll get the weight loss and longevity. And maintenance is 3 to 4 times a year. So 3 to 4 times a year is the maintenance time that we're going to be doing it through BioTransform every 3 months. But if you wanted to go ahead after the first time doing it with us, you will have the option to purchase it on your own through my website. We have a discounted rate that's more discounted than on the Prolon website. And so you'll be able to do that on your own, and you will have all of the coaching videos as well available to you on my website, biotransformhealth.com. And so you'll be able to do, after the first one, you'll be able to do them on your own. When you would like to do them, if you wanted to go more more often than the maintenance of 3 times a year, 3 to 4 times a year, which is what we're going to be doing within BioTransform. But again, you can choose that later as you decide. The L Nutra Health Experience. So this is an experience that they're what I can say about this is that they're actually researching diabetes remission, and they found they're working on a formulation where, like, with a 12-month customizable experience centered around a monthly 5-day regimen of plant-based fasting mimicking nutrition technology, specifically formulated for people with type 2 diabetes. And so this is something that they're researching in terms of helping in specific health conditions. Everyday nutrition. The longevity diet, Dr. Longo wrote this, and it features the fasting mimicking diet, but it's like a pescatarian Mediterranean diet, basically. So what that means is emphasizes plant-based whole foods and limits the animal proteins with occasional fish intake. And it's most similar to Prolon in that it's low animal protein, high in healthy fats, colorful fiber-rich plants as well. So this longevity diet that he wrote about, it includes the circadian eating pattern of 12 hours fasting for healthy individuals, 14 to 16 hours fasting for weight loss, and occasional prolonged fasting as well. And Nutrition for Longevity was created from Prolon, and that's pre-made, plant-forward, freshly delivered meals. So that might be an option if you wanted to try something like that. They do have an animal protein option as well. I have not tried this Nutrition for Longevity, so but it's like a subscription program. You pick your own meals, and then they get delivered on Wednesday nights for the next week. And then you can, if you'd like, if you are interested, I'd take a picture of this discount code or come back to it in the video, and you can get 30% up to 4 orders. But let's talk a little bit about why low protein. Protein excess is unnecessary. Actually, protein, when you're going through a fast like this and you're burning your glucose, you actually burn protein as well, and it is considered kind of like a source of glucose. It can be turned into that, and so you want to have some protein, but you don't need excess. Now, unless you're a senior or an athlete, in which case you might need more. Protein spikes IGF-1 and mTOR. IGF-1, if you have too much of that, it's associated with cancer and tumor growth. And mTOR activation is associated with aging and age-related disease. So the balance basically is the key. You want to get just enough amount of protein for muscle protection, and you want to time your protein post-workout and try to keep it plant-based is best. They've made a protein shake, L-protein. It's scientifically selected with amino acid profile to limit IGF-1 activation and protect muscle. So there's 25 grams of protein. It's plant-based with pea, chickpea, and black bean. And it has clean ingredients that are vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. And there's 21 vitamins and minerals and all the essential amino acids. So this protein is a good choice if you're looking for a type of protein shake. And we'll give you a code. If once you go through our program, you'll get a code for discounted products on the other products that they make as well. Intermittent fasting. So like I was talking about, there's the circadian eating, which is the 12 hours fasting, and that's for weight maintenance. If you want to lose weight loss, you can do 14 to 16 hours of fasting and eat during the other times of the day. Make sure those times of the day are during the light hours, preferably earlier in the day. And you really can prepare this type of intermittent fasting. You can do it with any nutrition plan. And Prolon makes fasting bars, fasting shakes that support your intermittent fasting. Because if you're drinking the fasting bar, a shake, or eating the fasting bar, you're actually going to stay in a fasted state. So they're great for if you wanted to do it in the morning to elongate out your time restricted eating, or at night when if you're like a night eater and you don't want to eat at night and you want to start your fast, you can use that to do that as well. Again, you'll as a participant of our 7-day fasting program, you will have access to a link for discounted products later. So Prolon products, oh, see here they are, fasting bar and the fasting shake. So they're clinically shown to not break the fast. So there's no drop in ketones, no spike in glucose compared to water. You can, again, like I said, add it to breakfast or evening snack, and you can use it daily, and it can be included in your transition diet if you prefer and would like to try them. Full day fasts. Prolon has a full day fast as well, and it's just if you wanted to use it for like the 5-2 type of fasting that we talked about in the beginning, where you have 2 days of fasting per week, and you can use these kits to help you with those 2 days. You can alternate the fast, do 1 day of fasting every other day, and you can use this to help you with that fast as well. And you can just also use it periodically 1 to 4 times a month for a reset if you like. And it just supports a metabolic reset. They also make L pill and L biome. I really haven't gotten into these pills. I haven't tried them, and I can't say that I experienced them specifically, but they are like the L pill is green tea extract, antioxidant blend, wasabi extract, DHA. So it's supposed to support healthy aging. And the L biome mimics post-fat microbiome. So it supports gut health and includes DHA as well. So they sound like great products and something worth trying if you're interested in either of those supports for your system. The L spread, like I told you, I have tried this and it is delicious. It is a chocolate almond spread, 47% almonds in here. And the almonds come from Apulia, which is a place where there's a high proportion of centenarians, people who live over 100 years old. And it is really just delicious. Anyone can eat it. The whole family can eat it. At this point, we're going to take questions, but if you have any personalized medical questions, you should direct it to your healthcare provider, as I am functioning as a health coach and I'm not aware of the entirety of your system to be able to address questions in that manner here today or within the program. So feel free to reach out to your healthcare provider on that. And we'll take questions in a second, but I just wanted to go over one more thing before we do that. And that is, give me 1 second. So let's get out of the screen sharing mode here and into another one so I can share even more with you. When we go through this program, I did kind of touch base on a little bit of it already, but just to share once again, I'm super excited. I'm going to be doing the fast with you guys mid-March. It's going to start on March 15th. And on March 15th, we're going to have a BioTransform with breathwork group virtual breathwork and meditation session. I'm going to include that breathwork in the 7-day program, and it is going to be with the topic of tapping into your why. And I'm going to send, after we do that breathwork session, I'm going to send you guys a recording, a 7-day recording that you will have throughout your entire fast. So it's not only going to motivate you to tap into your why. Why are you doing this? What's pushing you forward in this fast, and what motivates you, and it's going to keep you centered. You're going to have days that are good, and you're going to have days that are challenging within the fast. So keep that in mind, and I will coach you every day, and we will have that private group support chat so that you guys can help each other out as well. And that breath work is going to be accessible to you as well, so you can use it at any time throughout the fast. Topic is perfect for our intention of like getting motivated for a wonderful fast that's going to clean our system out, and in the end is going to be well worth it. And we are also going to be, I will be offering you guys a specific link that's going to take you to all the Prolon products with a discount. So you're going to earn a discount as well through the 7-day program. We're going to bring a Mediterranean health coach on for a little bit just to share with you more about the Mediterranean diet as one of the options when you transition out of the fast, and give you a little information about that as well. So we're going to have that guest come on, and more. There's even more. You're gonna have an opportunity to speak with me for a discovery call, and I will send the link over. And that link is going to allow you 15 minutes with me just to do a quick assessment to see if you are a right fit for doing a fast in general, and give you some information about it, and to assess what you're looking to do and if the fast is the right thing for you. So you'll have a 15-minute discovery call with me to see about that. Be sure to answer the questions for booking that call. Those questions are to help you understand, and kind of like check and see if this is something that's for you as well. If you have certain allergies, you probably not going to want to get the kit. You want to make sure to check yourself for all that stuff so that you can make sure that you're proceeding forward with the right information for you in particular to be able to move forward with this 5-day fast and with the 7-day program with us. So with that said, I'm going to show you how you can find and book the fast, because once you determine eligibility, which you should do if you are a new faster, I should say, is to first book the 15-minute call and then make sure that you're eligible and that it's the right fit for you and what you're looking for. Once you do that, if you've done one of those with us and nothing has changed, then you can continue to do the fasts on your own as you like. I will be putting the videos up on the website, so you'll have access to the videos. You're going to get replays every day of the coaching, the daily coaching as well, in an email. And then you will also have access to the replays afterwards later. I'll be posting them on my website. so that you can do the fast every month if you want for 3 months, which is the recommendation, or 3 to 4 months, depending on if you're what you're looking to achieve. And you can access the coaching as well and do that on your own. BioTransform will be doing a group fast as a maintenance every 3 months. And so you can join on those if you like as well. The code for the discounts will be provided to you and will apply for the fasting mimicking diet, the 5-day fasting mimicking diet, as well as all the Prolon products. So you will get a code for that. So let me show you really quickly here on what the website's going to look like once it's posted. Oh, give me a second. So I don't know if you're able to see the let me try this once more. Okay. Yeah, very good. So this is what I was trying to show you. So this is a website at biotransformhealth.com. And I'm going to post this, and it's going to be fasting with food. It's going to be the 7-day Prolon FMD program. It's actually 5 days with Prolon, 7 days with us, with the pre and the post and the breath work. And so basically, you have the option of selecting flavors. So this is someone who's done the first one with us as a group, and they want to do it on their own, and nothing has changed in terms of their health. And if it has, please contact your personal healthcare provider to make sure that you are good to go. So you're going to select flavor options. So you've got the original, which is delicious. They're all delicious. I've tried this one, minestrone, tomato, mushroom, vegetable, minestrone quinoa. There's a new soup blend, which is bell peppers and onions, pea and chive, lentil curry, chickpea and leeks, and carrot ginger. So just giving you the idea of what kind of soups you're going to get. Then there's the expanded variety, which will include the best soups and fasting bars, because they have fasting bars that are different than the L bars, and fasting shakes and olive oil. This one does also have olives, I understand. I have tried the first two. I've not tried the third one, but when I do the fast in March with you guys, I'm going to be trying the third one, the variety, to see how that one feels for me. You can choose any of them. They're either one of them they're all the same price on my website, which is over 20% discount right now. Normally $215 for the expanded variety, and that's when you purchase them one at a time. And it's down to $170, which is cheaper than you have on the Prolon website. So we give you a little bit of discount, and over 20% off. So you could just add it to your cart and purchase it. That will be available to you. If you're new to fasting, please do the 15-minute discovery call to ensure that we have assessed your desires and eligibility to do this prolonged fast. And then once you've done it once with us, and as long as nothing has changed and or you're speaking to your healthcare provider, you can just go and purchase it at the price we have on our website and do them with access to the coaching videos, which will be on our website as well. So with that ado, I'm going to stop the recording and answer any questions. And I really thank you for being here to learn all about Prolon and fasting and the health benefits of fasting with the Prolon kit and all the studies that they've done, which are quite extensive. So it's really an amazing thing to incorporate into your health and wellness. And so I look forward to doing this fast with you, and we will see you on the inside. Have a great day.